Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the Porsche 911 Carrera T. This is a 992. Huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this for me today. They're always getting in some really cool inventory. Take a look at our link down in the description. This model is finished off in Ruby Star, which is a really unique color. It looks very nice in person for this model. It also had a starting MSRP right around $144,000. Now this model also has about 1,200 miles on it and is going for this similar MSRP even on the used market. So let's move on to what this is powered by, which is a 3-liter flat 6 turbo engine. This is about all that you can see, along with some other components and access. But this model is paired to a 7-speed manual transmission, and it pumps out 379 horsepower, 331 pound-feet of torque. It is rear-wheel drive. This model also has all-wheel steering too. Weighs in around 3,300 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Top speed is just over 180 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 16.9 gallons. You'll expect to see 17 miles per gallon in the city and 25 out on the highway. Now, this is a 2024 year model. For 2025, there have been some exterior changes. It's also now a 6-speed manual instead of a 7-speed manual. So at least just getting to see what this model has to offer in general, it's a very, very nicely spec'd model, and I'll show all of the features here very soon. Now, up front, you'll notice turn signals are down in the lower section of the trim accent, where there's also parking sensors. You get the classic design for all of the lighting up top, along with the Porsche badge right in the middle, and then plenty of cutouts provide cooling to all of the components that are located up front. Now, since the engine is behind the seats, you do have storage up front. There's no button or release on the outside of the vehicle, so you can use the key fob or the one inside. And when you open this up, you actually have a good bit of space. It's what you would expect really from any vehicle that has a storage compartment up front. So you can at least fit a few bags there if needed and bring those with you, which is nice. Now, this Ruby Star is a fantastic color, and it's also very unique, but paired with the silver wheels along with the calipers too, it gives it a great look. Now, again, for the 25-year model, the brake system has been upgraded as far as the piston size goes compared to this model here. And then you get 911 Carrera T in that accent down below. There's also more gray accents for the mirror caps there, and just a really nice classic design. Very smooth lines and angles, just giving it a great presence. Now, this also has a very large spoiler that you can deploy, as you can tell, of course. You get LEDs in the back, there's a backup camera, all the parking sensors, and then a dual exhaust system. And then you have third brake light up top, but when the wing is up, you have one down below, of course, just to have that visible. Now, this also has that new design for the door handles. They have a flush look when you lock the vehicle, and then when you go to open it up, they will actually pop out for you, and then from there you can open up the door. Now, this model also has some body colored accents for the interior. You have your mirror controls, window adjustments, even a Bose audio, a little bit of storage there. And then 911 Carrera T is just in front of your front storage and your rear engine access there. This model is also equipped with the fixed carbon fiber bucket seats. You get the Porsche logo up top, you have some cutouts there, and you really have some few adjustments that you can make to this. So you do have a height adjustment, which is nice, and then I believe that is it. So you have a fixed seat. It does not recline or move forward. And then, of course, this has a rear seat delete, but you could use that for extra storage. If you move that seat out of the way, it might be a little bit tricky to get to some of those items, but you do have that space if needed. And then hopping in, it's a little tricky. You have a very high thigh bolster there, but then once you are in and ready to go. Now, this also has Alcantara for the steering wheel. You do have cruise control, which is nice. And then on the left side, you have headlight adjustments and then ignition. So with my foot on the brake and the clutch, let's fire this up and take a listen to how it sounds. And coming back to the gauge cluster now, right in the middle is the tach and miles per hour. Now, the tach is going to stay fixed. On the left side and the right side, you have 2 digital screens that you can go through. So starting with the one on the right, we have controls on the right side of the steering wheel to go through all this information. So you can go into the driving modes, you have a gear shift assist, and you have some other vitals here even the nav that you can pull up and go through. Now you can also go to a reduced view, so you'll just see the tach along with a few vitals on both sides. And then when you go back to these screens here, simply push on the far right button and you can pop over to this left side. Now all you have here is navigation, so it might show you some turn-by-turn directions there, and then you have miles per hour there. So that is about it for the left side. You have a lot more vitals on the right. There's also a drive mode. So that is, of course, to go through the various modes there, depending on how you want to drive. You get some more body-colored accents. You get a clock up top, and then a very large infotainment system that has a lot. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have a Sport Chrono. So this is basically the lap timer for this Porsche model, and you can go through all of this information. You do have some fixed info over on the left side, so you can quickly get into navigation. You have your music and phone, and then you can get into vehicle too. So you have different driving modes. You have rev matching, the sport exhaust, which you can turn on and off. You have that spoiler, your chassis, engine start stop. You have quite a lot that you can go through, which makes it very nice to use. Now this model is also equipped with the front end lift. You have another exhaust note button. You have a few different suspension settings, along with traction control, hazards in the middle. There's air vents underneath that, and then you also have all of the climate adjustments laid out very nicely with these toggles here. We do have the 7-speed manual, so all the way to the left and up is for reverse, and we have a very nice short throw style shifter. You have one cup holder behind that, along with the e-brake. You do get some auxiliaries down below there, and then you also have plenty of room in the glove box there, and then a rear view mirror up top, and then a look at visibility. It's actually pretty easy to see. You have some small pillars back there, so you can even see over that left side too. So setting off behind the wheel now for this 911, this is where I want to be. I wish this seat did recline though. It is very upright, so as far as daily driving it goes, I don't know. It's definitely a comfortable seat, but I would like it to recline slightly. Other than that, everything else is very nice, and I just got out of the parking lot here. The shifter has a really nice short throw design to it. Clutch pedal is super light too. So this would be a very, very phenomenal driving vehicle. Taking it on some back roads, taking it to the track, just having a well-balanced, performance-oriented vehicle. It's not all that loud, which is surprising to see even with the exhaust note on. So we'll turn it on there and then get up to speed here. I love that shifter. It's definitely an easy car to drive, which makes it that much more fun. Now what's interesting is that we have the 7-speed manual, so I'm up into 7th just for a second. I'm not really going fast enough for 7th gear. For the 25-year model, they've gone back to a 6-speed, so I'm not sure the reasoning behind that, but 7-speed is definitely cool. I'm hardly in them ever. They're really not all that popular. I think Corvette was the only other model that offered a 7-speed, basically overdrive gears for the highway, which is kind of neat. So you have a vehicle that can be a little bit more fuel efficient, fuel focused while you're driving to your spirited driving destinations. This model here is also very well equipped in terms of having the front end lift, the rear steering, these seats here too. So somebody spec'd this out very nicely for kind of a track focused vehicle that you can still daily drive. We have a lot of nice tech features too. I really like vehicles, especially in the sports car world, where it's really driver focused. So there's really no other distractions. This model here has a lot of nice technology features though, and for the pricing from a Porsche too, you would expect to see a lot of technology features, and that's what you do get, but you also get a driver's focused car at the same time. I can't get over how fun this shifter is, just getting into those gears. It feels so solid when you are shifting, so you're really not going to lose what gear you are in. It's almost like a sequential shifter with its feel. That's definitely very nice. I could see this being a very, very fun, almost track toy that has the ability to be driven every day. So you have that storage up front. Maybe you could put items in the back. It's going to be hard to reach back and grab those. But other than that, with this color design too, I could see this being fun. I think this would be something fun to own and drive. So let's get back up to speed here. with a mild acceleration, I mean, it's a much quicker than what I'm doing today, but the power is just so smooth. I do wish it was louder, but this is going to be a well-balanced vehicle. It's going to handle incredibly well and just give you those refinements and that precise driving feel that you're looking for. Porsche is known for having those characteristics with their vehicles in terms of the steering, which is super direct there. As soon as I turn it, the car is going to go where you are aiming the wheel. But you're going to have a well-balanced car and one that will handle so well. So we're in Sport Plus now, second gear, here we go. And with a mild acceleration, we're up to speed. This is so much fun to drive. Even though I'm not doing any performance style driving today, I can feel the potential just sitting in this vehicle. It's basically like you are in a go-kart with these seats. They hug me so well, and I even have maybe 3 inches of headroom. We do have the height adjustment though, which is nice. And I don't think we have any adjustments to manually push the seat back. I think you have to actually set it where you want it. So based on your height, I think you have several adjustments just depending on how tall you are. It actually seems to be in a pretty good spot for me. I can easily reach the clutch pedal. I could maybe move it back slightly, but that's just depending on how you feel in the seat. I currently have the rev matching on automatic, so that is why you just heard it do that. And we'll get back up to speed here again. It looks like you can go over 7,000 with this, so I'm not even doing half of that today. But what I do like about that, and in my Audi R8, I can go to about the same. I think I can actually go to 8,400 or so. But that just means that you have a lot of potential to ring out these gears and to play with multiple gears. So while this is a 7-speed, if you're on some back roads or something, I would think 2, 3, 4, maybe 5th gear, depending on the roads that you were on, you'll be able to ring them out and really enjoy this car and what it has to offer. So the potential is there, of course, for the power and the performance. It's not a crazy high horsepower vehicle, but with its balance and just what you can do with this vehicle, it is going to perform well and just give you a really good vehicle to drive. And then even daily drive if you want. This would be a heck of a lot of fun. Now in terms of the 2025 year model, which does have some exterior changes, the 6-speed manual, of course, I mean, I don't see any reason not to go with this model here, and you could save a little bit of money. I'm not sure the new prices yet, but I'm sure they're going to cost a lot more than this one here, and I don't see any issues with this car. I would take this home today. It's definitely one heck of a car to drive. But that is going to wrap it up for the Porsche 911 Carrera T. Once again, huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, link down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoy it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.